Okay, I'm live. Hello everyone. Not too many people at this point. Let me find a nice place in the shadow. All right. Hello everyone. I'm live at VDNKh, which is the exhibition center. I'm going to do a walkthrough and show you a fantastic place. It's one of Moscow's icons, and I'm sure you're gonna like it. I see a few people here. Let me find out who. Oh, I'm on my cell phone again, and YouTube doesn't let me see well who's in the chat right now. Hang on. Okay. James, Mammy K, Ruth. Hello friends. I see 8 more people, but I don't know who exactly. If you could please leave a message to notify you're here. Jody Stallard. Hey guys. Anyway, this right in front of me is the subway. I took the subway today. I usually drive up here, but to show you how like regular Russians usually get to VDNKh. Derek, Carolyn, or Caroline, I'm not sure. Oi. My friends, I'm wearing a mask today for 2 reasons. Well, first reason, and not most important, is that my face looks slimmer in a mask. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Kind of hides my second chin. And I like this black mask in particular. It looks like a goatee. And the second reason is more significant. I lately have been making videos and talking truth about Russia. And I guess that the Russian government does not like that, doesn't fancy that, One of my subscribers notified me that he ratted me out to Russian KGB. He figured I was hurting Russia somehow. So just in case, I'm followed, monitored, not necessarily in person, but via monitoring system that has been installed in Moscow, If they see the slightest mistake I make, for example, do not wear mask in a public place, and as you see today, no one wears masks, okay? But they can give me a fine, arrest me, harass me, so it's better be safe than sorry. Crapper, Derek, James, Trucker Jim, CBCLI, Matt Inger, Alexei, привет. Friends, hello there. Oh, good morning to you who are in the United States, and this is late afternoon here in Russia. It's 5:30. I moved stream a little bit further because it's easier that way. A lot of more people wake up and will be able to join the stream. Anyway, if this is the plan for today, I'm going to walk through VDNKh, the exhibition center. In the beginning, I will briefly describe the place and I'll give you a little history. And then I'll just let you, look and admire this place, because there's something to admire, trust me. And then, of course, there will be a Q&A. I will answer questions. If you want me to notice them easier, then please type them, write them in caps, because I'm on my cell phone and it's really difficult because my messages disappear over time. Okay, I will get back to the messages a little bit later. Now, let's go see what's going on. And by the way, this is the Museum of Space. As you know, Russians were first in space. And this compound right here, compound-looking building right here, is probably world's most amazing museum of space exploration there is. This place is, if you're in Moscow and if you like space, if you found interesting the space race news, you like to learn things about space, or you simply want to hear history of space, this is the place, right? I'm telling you, one of my most favorite places in the entire city of Moscow. Okay. So what is VDNKh? The grand entrance you can see way over there. What is this place? Basically, that's a grand exhibition center or exhibition park. It was built by personal order of Joseph Stalin back in the 1930s as a showcase of a young Soviet economy. Basically, Soviets were proud of something and they wanted to show it to everyone and to themselves. So they took a huge park and they built the pavilions inside of that park. And each pavilion belonged to one of the republics of Soviet Union. There were 16 republics. And every republic showed, breakthroughs, advancement, economical marvels that it produced, things like that. It turned out to be a huge and amazing free park for all Muscovites. The easiest way to get to VDNKh is by taking subway, Moscow Metro. And this is what I did today. This is about 3-minute walk from here. Real easy and nice walk. It's really, really hard to miss this place because this is the landmark that all local roads lead to, Speaking of a beautiful day, it is. It's actually a scorcher, about 33 degrees Celsius, I don't know, like 90 something Fahrenheit. It's been scorcher for the past 2 weeks in Moscow. I even made a video recently of how I took Michael to fountain dipping. So we are slowly approaching the grand entrance of VDNKh. Hot day, weekend. Usually this place is packed on any day at any season. It's really a good day to go outside of Moscow in the country and see how many people chose to come here. Especially it's past 5 p.m. and the heat is kind of giving way to evening cool. We have a street musician. You guys can donate him money. All right, this is the Space Exploration Museum from a different angle, right behind this fence. Why here? Well, actually, the Russian Space Center is not too far from this area. Okay, and the guy who designed the entire Soviet space system, his last name was Korolev, Sergei Korolev. His house was right next door to VDNKh, which is pretty much almost right next to this huge cosmonautics museum. There's a street show. Let's take a closer look. Oh yeah, please, fellas, please let me know. Can you hear me and see me well enough? Excellent.
Санек, ты из какого города? Напомни.
Looks like it's a street musician show.
Добро пожаловать назад в цивилизацию, брат. С этого момента четко повтори за Санчесом 2 движения, ровно 2 движения. Сразу после этого смертельный трюк. Окей? Давай, разминка, разомнем голову быстренько. Повторяй за Санчесом, разомнем шею. Отлично, разомнем плечи. Разомнем таз. Санек, красава, все.
Almost none of the people, very few, have masks on.
Санек, будь внимателен. Поехали. Прогулочка по району, по Воткинску. Магазина. Вот так.
Old lady asking for money. I don't have any cash on me. It's too bad. She's begging for some change. I think that's as much of homelessness as you can see here in Moscow. All right. I'm gonna cross this road right now. There's a tram line. Very dangerous place. On top you can see a subway that's on top of these pillars. It's part of Moscow subway. And you know what, guys? This is an extremely dangerous place. Every time I cross, I wonder, what the heck did they do here? These electric trams, they are usually flying and they're silent. Oh. Anyway. Не знаю. The guy was asking me for a particular tram stop. All right, we are nearing VDNKh grand entrance. This place is grand, let me tell you. This is just the way it was built almost 100 years ago, 90 years ago. Joseph Stalin liked to impress people, you know, by creating huge, monstrous buildings or structures, and this is certainly one of them. I mean, look at this place. This looks like an Arc of Triumph somewhere in Paris. It's not too hot anymore. It's cooling down, thank goodness. This morning I took out my son Michael fishing. Actually, we went to this place. There's a huge forest on the other side of this VDNKh park with a large lake. And this is where we fished a little bit. We ended up catching a duck. No fish, but duck, like real wild duck. It was like swimming in the lake, and it entangled itself into our fishing line. So we kind of helped it out and let it go. Okay. Where's the sun? As you see, I'm sweating, kind of soaked already because it's still hot. But this place is the grand entrance of VDNKh. And VDNKh is actually a very, very known place, very famous. Anyone who's been to Russia and Moscow at least once, foreigner and Russian alike, they have heard of this place, okay? Because this is one of the must come and see places. Like, it's all on all tour guides. Like, if you ask anyone at a hotel or any Muscovite for an advice where to go and visit the best in Moscow, this would be certainly in the top 10 list, perhaps even top 5 list. And usually you can see lots of foreigners here, tons of foreigners, and lots of people from former USSR, and a lot of Russians from all over Russia who come and visit Moscow as tourists. They come to this place because this is it. This is the park. This place was renovated 3 years ago. Before that, it had been very run down and very, we call it in Russia, tired. It looked very tired. But now it looks brand new. I'm not sure how you're seeing it on your screens, but this is big. All the statues here, all the buildings, like I said before, they have left unchanged. And most of them, well, all of them symbolize the victories of Soviet people, the advancement of Soviet Union, the advantage of Soviet Union over other countries. And all the advantages were shown right here. Lots of people rent scooters. By the way, a friend of mine owns entire electric scooter rental business here at VDNKh. He used to be one of my colleagues in the old business that I worked at. So anyway, here we come. This is the entrance. We just landed into this park. All right. This is how it's organized. This is the main alley, and that building right there belonged to Russia, actually, the Russian Republic of Soviet Union. There was a Rostov-on-Don, the main republic, the main part of Soviet Union. And then on both sides, on the left and on the right, there are smaller pavilions. Like, this is the most important major pavilion. On the sides, there are smaller pavilions that belong to Ukraine, Belarus, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. This is the map of the place. We're right here, go into this palace of Russian state. Now there are two amazing fountains, and the main alley continues. And there's a real-life space rocket The first rocket in space, right here. This is a small cosmonautics museum, like a pavilion. And the pavilions I told you about are right here. You will see them right here. Right now, this oceanarium, like ocean museum, somewhere in this part. Street farm, horse farm up there. The museum of robots, the robot station. We used to come here with Michael all the time until he gets bored. Russian spaceship, multi-entry spaceship right there. And the park I told you about is right here, all over, beyond the VDNKh itself. So let's go check it out. I personally like this place very much. It's very nice, very relaxing, very entertaining. Okay, it's always nice to come here. The only thing I don't like about VDNKh is the crowds. It's always crowded. But not today. Amazingly enough, there are very few people because I bet everyone is outside of the city. They went to their summer camps, dachas. They started their vacations because Moscow's been unbearable for the past two weeks. For the ones who joining us right now, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending where you are at right now. I am streaming live from VDNKh, one of Moscow's largest and most beautiful parks, and definitely a must-see place when you visit in Moscow. And it doesn't matter if you're a foreigner or a Russian. Lots of photographers here, always. They come here for photo shoots with models. And even people, like, I took so many photos of my wife, my son, and even selfies here. It's pretty unbelievable. One of my earlier streams I made from Gorky Park in Moscow, another icon, another legend. And one of the questions I did not answer back then was the street food. Because there's always little time in the streams. When I do a walkthrough like this, I wish I had much more time, okay? But I'm limited to 2 hours, even less sometimes, because of my phone dies. It's a later iPhone, but unfortunately 2 hours, it's all it lasts, okay? So today I am going to show you street food and what options we have for food at this very uneasy time of coronavirus pandemic. I still don't know what really is going on with Moscow restaurants. Like a week ago, they announced that all restaurants would be closed. Then they closed some of the restaurants. Some were left open. Now, a couple days ago, they introduced a QR code system, meaning if you want to go to a restaurant, you must obtain a QR code. You can only obtain it if you are vaccinated, of course. If you had COVID within 6 months, or if you have paper from your doctor saying that vaccination is not for you, some medical reasons. So if you meet the 3 requirements, then you can have a QR code and you can easily attend any Moscow restaurant. I'm not sure whether this QR code system applies to these restaurants right here, street food restaurants, but I see them open. Let's go check it out. Anyway, I'm taking you onto the main alley, and it's really strange for me to see this place so little crowded. Saturday afternoon. This is the prime time, the rush hour of this place. And heat, it's the heat. It's not the coronavirus, believe me. I was here a few weeks earlier, and there's tons of people. It's the heat wave. There's a huge fountain, by the way, up front, and I bet that many Russians take dips in that fountain too. We'll see. Earlier this year was absolutely insane, very beautiful. Well, all the roses were blossoming, blooming. Right now, most of them, the bloom is off. Oh, but still pretty cool. In a few minutes, I will tell you a joke, a practical joke that I played on my mom, and she totally fell for it. Oh my God, I see some clouds. Haha, that's a nice change. It's a lucky day for us. See the statue of a man and a woman and a bunch of wheat above them. It symbolizes the, unity of peasants, farmers, and workers, laborers in Soviet Union, and their success. She'll speed up a little bit. People all ages, all genders, all sexes, all skin color, they take, and all clothing, I guess, they take the scooters for rent and just have fun. Very strange to see a lady in dress actually trying to ride a scooter. And that's what I usually do. I rent a scooter and I take Michael up front, and we just zip through places. Now I'm gonna take one of the side alleys right there and show you the street food options they have. Sun gets down real late this time of year because we just had the longest day of the year a couple days ago. Basically still is the longest. But usually this place gets lit after dark, and this is absolutely fantastically beautifully looking place. The light show they do here at night is pretty unbelievable, but I believe it'll start today around midnight or so, because that's when it really gets dark in Moscow these days. And the sun gets up around 3 a.m. So we have 3 hours of darkness. That's it. But that's gonna pass soon. Okay. So these are, let's check it out. These are some food kiosks. This one is open. Cotton candy. Здрасте, а что у вас есть? Yeah, спасибо. Cotton candy and corn on the cob. This is ice cream. Cold drinks and ice cream. Same here, souvenirs, cold drinks, ice cream. Pretty much all the options so far for for food, but there will be some more. If you're hungry, you're not gonna, be left out in this place. Let's take a closer look at the. Oh, I thought there's just a sprinkler system at work. Anywhere you go in the world, if you find an Armenian place, then you certainly get a shish kebab. There's a fantastic Armenian restaurant here, and they serve an excellent shish kebab, shashlik. I'm telling you this because I've been there and I've tried that shashlik. Really, really good. Armenian cuisine is one of my top cuisines on the list. If you guys live in the USA, you must have a lot of Armenians around you because Armenian population is really, really large there. A friend of mine lives in Los Angeles, in the city of Glendale, and Glendale is almost 100% Armenian. Okay, this used to be called a Palace of Soviet Union or like Russia or something like that. Right now it's called Palace of the State. And they're still finishing up some restoring works. No masks. Pay your attention, no masks whatsoever. The only mask is right here. But it looks like a black goat tee. I like it. My mask, I bought it at Moscow subway, so it's certified by the authorities. But it's made out of silk and it does not protect even if I wear it. I mean, even if mask protected, okay, in general, this one would not because it's made of silk. It's certainly not a medical mask, but it, flies with flying colors with the authorities. Давайте еще раз. Ну чего вы сразу так? One of the reasons I like this place is because people are always happy here. They come here in a good mood. I forgot to tell you something. We're talking about the street food places, right? Right just about behind those trees, right? Right there, where my finger is pointing to. There is the most famous street food place here. Guess what it is? It's the McDonald's, yes. There's always a line to get into that McDonald's because people have all these wonderful choices of wonderful foods all over, but they still go to McDonald's. This is Russia. Russians love McDonald's somehow. It must be something they add to the foods, like some spells or some, something. Magical stuff. So this is one of the pavilions I told you about. We just passed the main pavilion, the Palace of the State. But this one is, I don't remember which republic it belonged to. Very nice looking building. Oh, I was totally wrong, my friends. This is the Russian pavilion, okay? It belonged to Russia. Well, basically, it had showcases of Russian agriculture, Russian, manufacturing, so forth. Basically, the stuff that was produced, grown, and manufactured on the territory of Russia. And right there was the main pavilion, was the Soviet Union pavilion, the state pavilion. Okay, now it's the Russia's pavilion, the state pavilion. It's just different countries. But look at the symbols. That's a Soviet symbol. Hey, thank you so much. Somebody just gave me. Unfortunately, sun is beaming into my phone. I can't see who. I will get back to you and thank you a little bit later when I start doing questions and answers. Look, thank you so much. That's Soviet symbols. You see, the star right on top, right there. Nothing's changed. Well, I think very good decision, very right decision, because this is our history, and this reminds us what was in the Soviet Union. It doesn't let us forget things, So anyway, I'm gonna use that money to get myself a cold drink. Because guess what? I need one. It's hot, hot, hot. I like heat very much, love heat. But unfortunately, in Moscow, when it's hot, it's usually humid, and it's not dry heat. I can go 120 degrees of dry heat with no problem whatsoever, but 90 degrees and humid. Anyway. I'm gonna take that money and buy myself one or perhaps two cold drinks. Thank you so much. Now back to the buildings. So this was a Russian pavilion, because Russia was a republic, one of the republics in Soviet Union. That next pavilion is Armenia. That's where the restaurant is. I'll get to those pavilions a little bit later. Fantastic flowers and fantastic work, landscaping, nice lawns. I would say it's close to the best in Russia. Okay. Nice. Something up with my screen. It's dark. Oh, here you go. Anyway, I was saying that in my books, this rivals the best fountains of Rome and Las Vegas. And I consider Rome and Las Vegas two cities with best fountains in the world. All right, check this out. There is certainly a story behind this fountain. A very top spot for pretty much all the visitors who come here. And especially you can see they're just tangling their feet in the water. I'm very surprised. I thought they would actually be dipping in the fountain, but it's prohibited, but hey, I guess they're monitoring it. All right, guys, you see the statues of women? There are 16 statues, okay? And this fountain is called the Fountain of People's Friendship. Each statue symbolizes one Soviet republic, and they come together, and this is where they unite and, you know, produce all these wonderful things. Joseph Stalin was the one who was actually approving this fountain, as well as the entire VDNKh project. I think he did a pretty good job. People kind of looking at me in a strange way because I wear a mask. Like, what the hell? It's pretty cool. I always like to see faces of people here because they come from different places, from different countries, from like all walks of life. And they bring their kids, they come by themselves. And you gotta understand, a lot of Russians come here and enjoy this place because, you know, perhaps a lot of older Russians, they've been hearing about this place all their life, and, you know, they finally make their way to Moscow to actually see this place. They come to see it for the first time, and they like admire, and they are in awe, and that's very noticeable. Every time when I come here, I see people like that. It's like coming to the Red Square, same thing, you know. People come, stand, stare, and like awe. By the way, thanks for the likes, guys. Like this guy. Happy-go-lucky. What do you think? Is he enjoying, or he's had a little bit too much of a, you know, firewater? So please let me know in the comments, what do you think of this fountain? People's Friendship Fountain. Beautiful, I think so too. Let me turn around so you can see the fountain in the background. This is one of the places in Moscow that I love to come and visit. I don't know why. There must be a certain energy in this place. This is so pleasant, so like enjoyable every single time. If you ever come to Moscow, please come and visit VDNKh. I'm sure everyone will advise you to do so, but just do it. Just do it. That's a robotic station. There's a bunch of robots inside. They play with kids, and then I take Michael every other month here. Okay, guys, at this point, please let me know, what would you like me to show you right now? More people, more structures, buildings, you know. What would you like me to tell you about? Are the figures on the fountain specific people? Yes, yes. I just said a few minutes earlier, but that's such a great story that I will repeat it. Every single statue on the fountain, they're all women, as you see. Every single woman represents her republic, like Russia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, Ukraine, Belarus. There are 16 statues, 16 republics. They represent 16 Soviet republics. And the republics were united into Soviet Union, and they come together and they, achieve great things together. They're like friends, brothers and sisters, and this is what Soviet Union stood for. Like this, that was the idea back in the 20s. Just like 50 states or 51 states in the United States, there were 16 states, 16 republics inside of Soviet Union, and every single statue represented a particular republic. And then you see that women are dressed into this national outfits. It's really hard to tell which one is where, but like each republic had certain set of clothing. Like Ukrainians dress differently from Uzbeks, for example, from Armenians, and the hairstyles and things like that. But this place is beautiful. Guys, this is a practical joke that I played on my mom. Oh, there you go. That right there is the security guard, and he monitors for people not to dip into the fountain. Someone just jumped in, and he was abruptly and crudely, forced out. Anyway, I was telling you about this practical joke that I played on my mom. I came here early in the morning with Michael on Saturday, and let's move this way. So I took a selfie in front of the fountain. As you see, these fountains, the statues are covered in gold or golden paint, I'm not sure. So, and they kind of look like the statues in a fountain, a huge fountain in Versailles near Paris, okay? So I took a selfie from just about like very close to the fountain, so you couldn't see all those, pavilions behind. So I sent that picture to my mom Saturday morning, and I texted her. I said, "Mom, we took a quick trip to France. We flew to Paris this morning and we went to Versailles. So I'm sending you some pictures." And she totally fell for it. She started messaging me like, "Wow, good for you guys. How come you never told me?" I said, "Well, it was a quick, unexpected trip, we just made it up." And she was so excited. And my dad was still alive. He was sitting, they were having Saturday morning breakfast. They were having breakfast, and my dad looked at the picture and he started laughing out loud. My mom couldn't understand. She said, "What are you laughing about?" He said, "Well, it awfully looks like the friendship, the Union Fountain at VDNKh in Moscow." My mom rang me up. She said, "Are you in France or in Moscow?" And I told her. They started laughing out loud, That was pretty cool. Versailles. Kind of looks like Versailles. Yeah, prank. Here you go. Not practical joke, but prank. There was a prank. Okay, at the different angle, it's seen a little bit differently. The sun is beaming right onto the fountain. And, you can see colors come to life. From this point, it's much better. No one really pays any attention to me speaking English because this place is so international. Usually, when Russia was open, like every third person here would be a foreigner. foreign tourists. Okay, that's the pavilion of Armenia. Another pavilion, I'm not sure which republic, Moldova. That's Uzbekistan, beautiful place, but it's being renovated right now. Fantastic, it's done in a historic Uzbek style. Like something like that you could see in Samarkand or Hiva somewhere, you know. Right there. Okay, let me give you another overview. I've seen these people before.
Hello.
Привет.
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 How are you?
Я мокрый, так что аккуратнее.
Да, я потный. Ты в фонтане купался?
Да?
А мы даже по-английски говорим, да?
Да, ну,
It's a
типа,
sunny day for Moscow, it's very hot. Too
Okay.
hot.
too hot.
It's like south of Russia, Astrakhan. It's a city near Caspian Sea where I was born. It's,
Let me introduce you first. It's a good friend of mine, Maya and Natasha actually. Rinat. How to say it in English? Rinat? Rinat. Rinat.
my
Yes, we went to school together, to university in Russia together, in Rostov. And now he's a big time movie producer. That's true.
sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. So,
Welcome to Moscow, to Russia. I hope that the COVID will fall down and we open
Full
together
time.
Russia, the Moscow to you. And I think Costa have a good Costa has a good inspiration of Russia.
inspiration to come here.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. This is what one of the reasons I started the channel, to inspire people to learn more about Russia and to come here.
Yeah, Moscow is a great city. It's the biggest megapolis of Europe and
Of the world. Biggest in the world.
in the Europe. Shanghai.
So look at how beautiful this place is. Oh my God.
It's 15 figures.
16. Don't tell me it's 15 because I've been telling all day today that it's 16.
15th Republic
Oh my
of
God.
United States, USSR. Lithuania, Latvia. Estonia,
My God, my friends, I
15.
apologize. 15, not 16.
My mission is here to say 15 republics.
Some of you know my wife, Natasha.
Hi everybody.
Hello. So I'm very embarrassed right now because it's 15 republics. Why did I think it's 16? Aye.
Maybe in 16 years you was here. You were here. First
Perhaps.
time.
Perhaps. So what's the plan? Are we gonna sit down and eat something afterwards?
My plan was to see you.
Good. Good. Ну, Наташ, что будем делать?
Гуляй, продолжай.
Ну, у меня еще где-то час. Мне надо будет в 19:30 с Водиной созвониться. Касательно. Подожди, а Ренат? You're gonna... My plan is here. You guys hang out together, okay? And I'm gonna be out in about 1 hour.
И Костя потом уже записывает вареники. Это типа там был фотографат.
Через час пойдем покушаем.
Да, вы предполагаете.
Так что, мне быть?
Вареничный номер 1 вот там.
Это самое мое любимое место. Да. Мне сегодня, представляешь, дали 293 рубля. Guys, thank you so much for, donating me. What is it? $5, $4, something like that. I'm gonna spend it on food. Cold drinks for myself, my wife, and our friend. We all went to university together, by the way. And now my wife is a coach, and she's a coach in a group, and Renat is participating in that group. It's pretty amazing how life works, huh? So it's 15 republics. 15. My God, 15, not 16. Anyway, Let me continue showing you the place. Look, this is the Grand Fountain, okay? The Grand Palace, okay? There are pavilions on both sides. All right. But there's another alley and another fountain, and it's also grand. Let's take a closer look. So nice to see no crowds, no people here. It's actually, yeah, you can breathe here now, you know? Oi. Guys, I can't really read that well on the screen, but welcome everyone. And if you are just joining, we're streaming live from Moscow, Russia, from one of the icons of this city. A huge exhibition center, park called VDNKh. Place is fantastic, one of my most favorite ones here in the city, and not only mine. Very light crowds. It's like coming to Disney World right after New Year's when all the kids go back to school and you know it's empty. That's how it feels today. Like no queues, no lines, no people, no scooters, no people zipping around you. Actually, I would love to join this kid and do the same. If Michael was here, I would actually force him to go barefoot and run around. I wouldn't have to force him anyway. He just loves this. This is one nice lawn. It says something. Don't litter, basically. That's what it says. Matt Yinger, hey, $5. I can see sun's off a little bit. Thank you so much, my friend. More cold drinks are coming. You know what? Guys, this is insane. I just thought of something. Oh my God. I can have a beer because I drove through a metro station. I took subway for about half an hour. And to go back, I met my wife here. We will take subway, both of us, and we will, exit at the station where I parked my car, and she will drive. I have a designated driver, so I will have a beer. I'm not a huge beer drinker, but in a weather like this, I'm gonna have 2 waters, one still, one sparkling, and 1 or 2 beers. Thank you so much, Matt. Your money will come to a good cause. Nice.
Надо кнопку поближе поднести. Ты ее там раз.
I'm going to make it to another fountain. That's not the grand, it's like the secondary fountain. Holy cow, another $5. Thank you guys. I think I'm gonna start buying beer to other people. I'm gonna treat our friend Rinat. It's gonna be my treat today. Thank you so much. And I'll have 2 beers now. By the way, can you, I'm gonna take you to the food court of this place. First of all, I'll show you the food court itself, and we'll see how this QR code system of Russian government fighting COVID works. I mean, it's not really fighting COVID. Disclaimer, from now on, since I've been ratted out to KGB, okay, they're watching and monitoring me. Every time I do a video and I, talk about COVID and pandemic and vaccination and things like that, I do disclaimer. So my disclaimer is, I'm not giving out medical advice. I am speaking of my personal opinion only. Okay, please, my friends, decide for yourself. Don't listen to me. That's just me. Okay, go with the party line. Do what the government tells you to do, because that's the only right way to go. If you know what I mean. You know, it's pretty bad I have to say that, but hey, better be safe than sorry. Anyway, my personal opinion, okay, it's not official or anything, is that this QR code system and all this limitations onto restaurants, business, and just a way to force vaccination. I think that the producer, it's very simple. The manufacturer of vaccine, I think, makes like $10, plain and simple. Enough said. So each one more person vaccinated is $10 more earned. Okay, usually this food court is full of people. Okay, look, it's empty. Saturday afternoon. Oh, it's hot, but still, it's much better than snow and rain and sleet. And believe me, I've seen lines here in like minus 20 Celsius. Okay, let's start with this one. Shawarma and French fries. Well, shawarma is grilled meat wrapped in a pita bread. It's kind of a souvlaki, Greek souvlaki, or Mexican, not fajitas, but Mexican, I forgot, this very, very famous Mexican wrap. That's pretty much what this is. It's Armenian shawarma. It's Armenian, Jordan, Middle East. Check out the way they're making it. Здрасте, можно я вас тут поснимаю? Here you go. Actually, I love this stuff. Especially veal. Moving on to the next food stand. Burgers. Good old burgers. Yeah, you can read that. Don't have to translate anything. If you want the prices in American dollars, divide everything by 75. So a cheeseburger is about, a mini cheeseburger is $3, $3.50, and regular size is $4.50. Double cheeseburger is about $5, and French fries $2 per portion. Drinks $1.50, cold drinks. Слушайте, а чего так людей мало? Why are so few people? Почему людей мало так?
Потому что жарко.
Жарко?
Конечно.
They're saying that so few people because it's hot. Vietnamese wok food. Pho bo is a very famous Vietnamese soup. I personally do not like it. I'm not a big fan of Vietnamese. Bun bo, nam bo, mien sao ga, things like that. Now, if I was in Vietnam, I would certainly eat that. But now, here in Moscow, it smells like Vietnamese. Чебуреки. Well, my friends, I don't know how to explain what this is. Meat inside of dough, boiled in oil. Здравствуйте. See that bath full of oil? They just place чебурек in there and then it comes out 5 minutes later. It's fantastically tasty. It's one of my most favorite foods. Very fatty, very not healthy. That's why I have to find that, hide my second chin because I ate too many chebureks. We have 20 people here. Great, great, fantastic. If you just join in the stream, VDNKh, an iconic site of Moscow, huge park, built by personal order of Joseph Stalin, and we're at its food court. Пончики, donuts, a buck per donut, condensed milk, all kinds of sugars, jams, preserves, coffee, cold drinks, everything. Oh, fantastic. Чё так мало людей?
Жарко?
Жарко. Наоборот, мне кажется, все должны сюда приходить. Looks very nice inside. Everywhere there are signs, please keep social distance. Okay. This is fancy coffee shop. Okay. Listen, no one is buying coffee in this weather. These guys are just, they're bored. Look. Слушайте, мне кажется, что в эту погоду кофе не покупает никто вообще.
Почему? У нас холодный кофе, смотрите.
Nice. Look, they have iced coffee, lemonades, iced lemonade, iced latte, iced something latte, and iced tea. Nice. All kinds of fancy coffee there. And this is crepes. Very Russian, very, very nice dish. They make crepes. You can't see it from here, unfortunately. Можно поснимать, как вы блины делаете? Oh, excellent. Yeah. Anyway, they pour liquid dough onto this, I guess, round bills, and couple minutes later, they just take it as a ready-to-eat crepe. No one is ordering anything right now. Nice bike. Folks, it's becoming considerably cooler. Okay, it's cooling down. I think that huge cloud that's right above us has something to do with temperature lowering. Looks really good. Good old American hot dogs. French fries and cold drinks. So what do Russians drink for, cold drinks? The usual suspects. Pepsi. 7-Up. Здрасте. Hot dogs. Look, a very interesting site. Guys, listen to this. We just went through different cuisines, Armenian, Vietnamese, Russian, cold drinks, everything. And there is a line at one place only, hot dogs. How would you explain that? All other places are empty. Gyros Heroes. That's a pretty popular chain here in Moscow. All kinds of Greek gyros. I think gyros need no introduction for you. Look, this is what's going on. They usually this medium-sized food court. It's no roof, right? It's outdoors, and there are usually tables everywhere. Tables, tables, tables. So what the Moscow government did, they allowed for places just to have takeouts. I'm not sure if it's justified or not. I just don't know. Anyway, it's hot. I just showed you a food court, and hope you liked it. And I'm going to take you to see the second fountain. And then after the fountain, we're gonna go to see the space rocket. Not the replica, the actually real rocket. They never sent it to space. They, sent it to VDNKh a long time ago, back in the 60s or 70s. We'll check it out in a few minutes. That right there up front is Russia's tallest structure, that Ostankino Tower. That's where all propaganda, all fake news, it's not so fake news, all the news translated from all over Russia. There's a huge Russian flag right on top, but it looks tiny. It's also an iconic structure. I actually have not been inside. We went fishing this morning, right next to it. At the foundation of the tower, there's a huge lake, but there's also an observation deck on one of the floors, and there is a restaurant. I never had a chance of making it there, although it could be one of our future destinations. Okay. The friendship, people's friendship fountain right there. Looks pretty amazing to me. More pavilions. Okay, that's the pavilion of the Kazakhstan Republic. That's Muslim, so it must be Azerbaijan, or let's take a closer look. That's a brand new structure. Why they built it beats me. I don't know, it's kind of ugly. Doesn't belong, doesn't fit into this place. They shouldn't have added anything new here. Привет. People are very friendly. It's not even, doesn't feel like you are in Russia, because everyone smiles and everyone is friendly here. Perhaps that's one of the reasons why I like coming here. Sergei Baklukov, I saw that. I'd like to see that guy, to meet that guy, I wonder where he is right now, which part of Moscow. But he's like a big star YouTuber, He would have nothing to do with me, small potatoes. Let's talk something Eastern. The Museum of the East. You can see the rocket from here. Oh, this is Azerbaijan. Wonderful looking pavilion. As you guys all know, or perhaps you've heard, that all these republics, Soviet republics, they're independent states right now, independent countries. But you know what? We have 100 years, perhaps even longer than, some of them are longer than 100 years. 100-year mutual history. And you cannot forget about that. You cannot hide that, We used to be one country, one people, one culture, one language. And then all of a sudden, everything changed. Overnight changed, okay? I'm thinking of actually recording a video of telling you my personal story of how I lived through the change, the most radical and drastic change of my life. how Soviet Union became Russia and what was happening overnight. Just like that. We fell asleep in one country, we woke up into another one. Good or bad, I don't know, but I'm not here to judge, to make opinions, but all I know is the history that we had. Some of it was amazing, okay? And this place is a showcase of that history. Lorna, don't be too sad. Listen, here, especially for you. I don't have to wear it. Now you can see my second chin. My face kind of grew sideways, became wider. And that's okay, I don't have to wear it. It's all fine, I'll go maskless. As you see, there is no one that's wearing masks. Although the COVID numbers are rising again. That's a fact. I cannot say that the epidemic is over. My personal opinion, it could be because of a lot of people started getting jabbed. And, they actually get the live virus. And some of them get sick. Imagine if you jab 1 million people, out of them probably like 50,000 people get sick. But that's not the topic of this stream. I'm not fat. No, I'm not. Well, I'm obese a little bit, but I'm not too self-conscious. Anyway, don't worry. That's not really a big deal. We have a photo shoot taking place. Nice. American standards of skeleton. Oops. Beautiful fountain. I think this fountain symbolizes of Russia's natural riches, precious stones, metals, land, things like that. And then different statues, as you see. This one dedicated to Georgian wine, one of the best in the world. My friend Mark Nahera, I used to work with him back in Old Orchard Beach, Maine. He was my supervisor of a national hotel chain. He spent most of his life working in the hotel business, and then he all of a sudden changed his profession and he became a wine retailer and importer. And then he imports wine in large quantities from Georgia and sells all over the United States. His wine company is called Silkway Road Wine or something like that. Now he lives in Florida. You see, I told you how much Russians love to take pictures in front of the fountain. Конечно могу, конечно.
Вы понимаете, да?
Я не понимаю, но попробую. Ну-ка. у меня просто не получается. И у меня стрим прямой. Я не могу вот эту руку держать. Одной рукой не получается, извините. О, подержите вот так. Вот. Сейчас я вас по-разному. Сейчас чуть-чуть, подождите, я по-разному. Вы стойте нормально. Но лучше всего вот так. Не за что. Спасибо. Нормаль?
Да, спасибо.
Не за что. She liked it. Very strange. All of a sudden it's hazy. There is another pavilion, one of the 15 pavilions. I'm not sure which one is this one, what it stands for. Some kind of museum, but it looks absolutely beautiful. Again, you see, very strange, but when you look at Soviet style of architecture, you see ancient Greece and ancient Rome so much. I mean, look, those are Soviet statues, but they're like copied from old ancient Roman statues. And Romans used to have this vinok, this like hat out of leaves with a hole inside. I'm not sure how to say that. And then Russians did the same thing. Now look at the other statue right there. It's like a Caesar, Julius Caesar, standing, hailing everyone, you know, like hail Rome or something like that. It's pretty insane. If you ever been to Rome, Rome is like the biggest big city museum ever. You could see plenty of statues like that. Okay, this is the pavilion of Belarusia. Another Roman statue, well, Soviet statue on top. Instead of like gladiators and the warriors and legionnaires and politicians, Roman politicians, you know, Roman legionnaires, now it's the Soviet laborers and sailors and things like that. Belarusia, well, is a closest ally of Russia, okay, and we even have like one country union. We don't have any borders between our two countries, and their pavilion is the biggest one here, and it's functioning. Inside, everything inside of that pavilion, they sell food. There are a couple of restaurants. Everything made in Belarusia. It's pretty decent. I like Belarus. It's very similar to Russian actually, but with a twist, Belarusian twist. Okay, now this is Russian History Museum exhibition or a show or something like that. I know you have to buy tickets here way in advance to get inside if you come on a regular weekend, but it's empty now. And I'm taking you to the space rocket. See, in Russia, the latest, like the past 10 years, there's a motto, there's like idea of revival. Russia, the grand revival. We're getting back, you know, we're getting up from our knees. we are respected in the world again. We're like achieving great things. Some of them, of these things, you know, are very few are true and most are not, of course, propaganda, but you can see that very well here. Like VDNKh, this entire park was renovated a couple of years ago. Lots of money spent, and they're still doing it. They're still renovating despite the COVID times and everything, you know. And then everywhere here you can see the time of revival, revival. Lots of young Russians, and as you can see, have tattoos all over, to a point where it's too many tattoos. I don't understand why people tattoo themselves so much at such a young age. That's crazy. By the way, guys, please let me know in the comments what's going on with tattooed people. I know that in your countries, I know when I lived in the United States, tattoos were popular, but they weren't mainstream. In Russia, no one, like back 20 years ago, no one was tattooed. No young people. Tattoos were only for people doing time in prison. Right now, a lot of young people tattooed everywhere, like from bottom to top. So we're approaching another fountain, which is pretty cool, and the space rocket. That's a replica. It's actually a real rocket they built. They built many of them, and they sent many to space. And I think like every 7 out of 10 were just blowing up and not making it up in the 50s. Okay, this is the exactly same rocket that brought Gagarin to space. It's called Vostok-1, Vostok-1, and you know, you can get close actually. That's one of Russia's first passenger airplanes, a very reliable workhorse plane that was in operation for decades. It was like a monument. And that's a Russian helicopter, also a very popular, widely used model. I think Mi-8, and that's a Russian new fighter plane. I think that's not new. It's not Su-35. It's Su-31 or something like that. And this is of course, the quintessence of, you know, Russia's technological achievements is spaceship Vostok-1. Vostok-1. I will go and take a closer look. You actually can get inside right underneath the, you know, it's a engine. By the way, if you guys didn't know, the space rocket is nothing but one huge engine and, you know, tanks of fuel. And as the rocket goes up, that fuel gets burned and then just, you know, either burns out or gets like thrown out. And then the thing that gets into space is that little tiny thing on top. That's it. Okay, this is YK-42 Yak-42. Very reliable plane. I think there was not one single crash with these planes in like 50 or 60 years. That's a huge aquarium, all kinds of like fish there, sharks. I didn't think even a whale, you know, dolphins, things like that. Don't quote me on that, but I think this is Mi-8, Russia's most commonly used helicopter. Was widely used in Afghanistan fight Taliban, and actually fight Americans too, because American CIA agents were in Afghanistan teaching Taliban how to shoot down these war helicopters. That's, oh, I see. Look, these pavilions are for industries. This industry, transport of USSR. This is space. Of course, this is a jewel, you know, the marvel. You know, it has like the very central spot. Space of the USSR. And then that was something else. Anyway. That's how space rockets look like in real life. Did you see that? Lightning, a bolt of lightning. It will bring us much anticipated cool. Michael is fascinated with this structure. Oh, lightning, now thunder. Hey, if you guys let me know if you like this space rocket, because this is one of the biggest attractions and magnets for me in this place. I always like, you know, come here, stand right underneath the rocket. I mean, this thing is huge. Oh my God. So I'm standing right underneath the rocket and I'm looking from down to up. Looking up from the bottom. I hope it doesn't fall on me. That's what I think every time I stand here. That's a real space rocket that brought Yuri Gagarin to space, the first man in space, back in 1961. My neck starts hurting from looking up. You see, these fountains are not the biggest attraction of this place. Again. Как мороженое? Вкусное? Прекрасное. Folks are enjoying their ice cream. Said it's excellent. See, I like provoking people like that. I like to come up to strangers and then ask them something and make small talks. Love it. Just to let you know, guys, how big this place is. I've been here numerous times, dozens of times. I mean, VDNKh in general. But I have not been able to, although I come here at this particular spot almost every single time to look at that insane space rocket right there, right? I have never visited inside of this space pavilion. This place is huge. I guess the same as Disney World, you know, no matter how many times you go there, there are always places that you haven't been to. Let me show you this fighter plane. By the way, I made a video about visiting Russia's military Disneyland called Park Patriot. And that's one of my later videos, right? I uploaded this week. This plane is always also there. There are so many military, not toys, but real military armor, planes, support vehicles. Check it out. I will keep the description, well, the link to that video down in the comments. This is just a little tiny glimpse of what is in my 45-minute video of Park Patriot. Heavy armor and all kinds of stuff. Oh. If you like military, you're gonna love that video. Once you get close to jet fighters, I'm not sure if any of the viewers were in the military, in the Air Force, but I've never been. My father was a mechanic of a MiG-21, the feared plane, right? But I haven't been to military, and I have not seen planes, fighter planes up close until I went to Patriot, and then this one is here. And let me tell you something, these planes, the fighter jets, they're sexy. You get up close and you go, wow, that's quite a machine. It's very good looking, it's very like sleek, it's like a quintessence of energy, of like speed, you know. Amazing machine. Look at the rocket from this angle. Very cool. Now, guys, I would like to show you one of the victims of the coronavirus right there. That was an information center for foreign tourists, for foreigners. They had people with different language skills there. Chinese, English, you know, I don't know, French. And now it's closed because there's no need. There are no foreigners in Russia. Russia has been closed to all foreigners since March 2020 or April 2020, over almost a year and a half. The Museum of Russian History. It's big. You know, guys, I am going to see... Oh, I'll take you to another pretty interesting machine. Russian space shuttle. Yes, Russia did have space shuttles. The first and last and only shuttle went into space in 1989 and successfully came back, landed. And it's right there. The program was terminated soon after that first successful try. It was considered very expensive and very political. It was the answer to the United States, who had its shuttle program for decades, you know. But then Russians decided that to send space rockets, like disposable space rockets like this one, is much more expensive and much safer than sending space shuttles to space. Okay, I will try to be quick. Ice cream, bakery, cold drinks everywhere. Chestnuts, baked chestnuts, that's a rare sight in Russia. Lemonade. Что тут у вас есть? Smells like chestnuts. Okay, after I show you this space shuttle, I'm going to find my wife and we're going to go and sit down. I will finally see the questions that you've been asking me here in this chat. And I'll have a cold drink, mineral water. I'll have a still water and I'll have 2 beers. Thank you for your donations, for your money. Yahoo! We're getting close. I should run. I'm so thirsty. By the way, guys, thank you for being here. It's really a pleasure. It takes my mind off all the sad things that has happened in my life recently. Making YouTube videos and streaming live really like makes me forget for a couple hours here and there of what's been going on. I'm coming back to Rostov for July 3rd. My dad's birthday would be on July 4th, America's Independence Day, but in Russia we celebrate, well, not celebrate, we get together and like we call it Remembrance Day, 40 days after death. So it's 40 days will be on July 3rd. So instead of celebrating his birthday, we will be remembering his life. Oh yeah. Anyway, this is a space-themed children's playground. As you see, all children's playground have been shut down. There's a fence because of the infection. Well, makes sense, you know. What doesn't make sense is children playgrounds are shut down, but VDNKh is still open with no limits to people. All the crowds are in. What's the difference? I mean, folks, tell me, what is the difference? I'm standing on this side, or my kid is with me standing on this side, and I've seen how many kids there are here, or they would be playing on this side. Does the coronavirus care about that? Anyway, don't get me started. This is the Russian space shuttle, the real deal. And I think inside there's a museum. You can actually look how it's, you know, looks inside, but it's closed now, obviously. There's a little museum built around it. Imagine how secret this information was 30 years ago. They would probably shoot me to death for filming and uploading to a place where all people in the world could see that. Imagine how secret this stuff was. Top secret, you know? And now I just come and film everything. It's insane. Real deal. It's all metal. I think it was covered by some protective shells to withhold the heat when it was landing, entering the atmosphere. Now they're gone, obviously, but everything else is still the same. By the way, it's called Buran. It's called like tornado, and it has a Soviet flag symbol on it. Okay. Ceramic tiles, yes, that's right. Well, it's actually a very sad sight for me because Soviet Union was an evil empire. There's no question. I don't like that state very much. You know, although I was born and grew up in Soviet Union, it was a terrible rule state, as I call it. But still, we had some amazing things achieved. Not the commies, but the people of Soviet Union. You know, like regular Russians. Not only Russians. They weren't any. We didn't distinguish ourselves from, you know, Russians, Ukrainians, Belarusians. We're all Soviets. We're all like brothers, pretty much. And it's not the case anymore. And it's very, very sad. And this place is like the, you know, the site of the remnants of that country, the good things that we had in the country. And that's pretty much all that's left. This and the memories in our heads. Okay, that's another map. I'll show you where we are. we entered and went like this to the fountain. I met my wife and Rinat right here. They were done with their work and went this way to the rocket around, and I'm right here right now. And going back to probably right over here. This is my favorite restaurant. It's dumplings, Russian dumplings called pelmeni. It's a pretty awesome place. I love it. And this is where I'm going to get a couple beers and lots of water. Because right now I'm so thirsty. Oh yeah. Oh, you can clearly see the rocket right there. I will try to magnify a little bit. It says Vostok right on the side over there. Under the sun it says Vostok, the East. That's the name of the ship that brought Yuri Gagarin, first man in space, to space. By the way, the last time I filmed this place was at the very late April, I think April 25th, and I made a video. I filmed here because my wife, Natasha, worked here. She works here every other weekend. She's worked like this for 6 months as a coach, and I came to drop her off. And I filmed VDNKh a little bit. We went to a couple museums with Michael. And the next morning, we drove to Rostov-on-Don. And I made a video about how different the weather can be in Moscow, in middle Russia, and compared to the southern Russia, Rostov. Like here, it was not even spring. It was cold, it was rainy. We had just snow melted, and in Rostov everything was blossoming, blooming. Everything was green. We even had first fruits, I think. So check it out. End of April, I think the last day of April, I uploaded. It says difference in climates between different regions in Russia or something like that. It's pretty cool. So that was the last time I filmed VDNKh. My tongue is getting tired of speaking. You see a couple Russian guys are hugging each other. But that's not because they're gay, but because they're just friends. That's the tradition I told you about in my stream on Gorky Park, and I think a few other streams too. In Russia, like I saw Rinat, and we hugged each other. We touched like cheek to cheek. That's very, very common and normal for Russian men, and it's not considered sexual at all. If you tell everyone that what you're doing, it's like sexual, you can get beaten up for that, for suggesting something like that. At least in the past it was the case. Now I'm not sure. Not too many Russians are fat. Most are fit because we move a lot, we exercise, and we don't drive as much as Americans do, for example. Whoa, did you see that bolt of lightning? It's pretty awesome. My telephone is signaling me that I only have 20% left. It means that it's time to, first of all, hook up with my wife, meet with my wife, and then start answering questions, which is I personally love doing. And yes, drink a little bit. And it looks like it's gonna rain soon. I love doing live streaming. Is I try to bring you to places that I personally like a lot and share share the places the way I see, like sharing through my eyes, if you know what I mean. I try to share everything great about the places, like energy, people that I enjoy so much. And well, anyway, this is what I try to achieve in my live streams. Pretty cool trees. They are square. Russians love beards, by the way. Like goatees and beards. Whew. This guy looks funny. He's advertising something. Yeah. Have you guys seen anything like this? He's advertising a cafe. Добрый денек. А что у вас тут такое?
У нас пельменная.
А, это как вареничная номер 1.
Но нет, у нас другое.
Лучше?
Лучше намного.
Спасибо.
Забегайте.
Спасибо. Да жену сначала бы найти надо. All right. Natasha, if you're seeing my stream, if you're seeing me right now, write me in the comment, where are you at? Because to call you, I need to pause my stream. Natasha, SOS, please. Give me a signal, find me. Let's meet, because I'm almost there. I desperately need a cold drink. Natasha, can you hear me? Anyone in the stream, please call my wife. All right, I actually get a look. Yes, I like anything vegan. Well, vegan. I was vegetarian for 8 months, something like that, when I lived in Uzbekistan. Fruits and vegetables there are so good. They are so absolutely awesome that you really have no desire to eat meat. Must be 2 Russian hackers playing badminton, trying their, practicing their Russian hacks. I'm sorry, I can't resist. I can't stand when everything that's going on in the world is blamed on Russians and Russian hackers. So I pick on it every time I have a chance. All right, if you guys, anyone, can you see my wife? She said she will find a place on the bench in the shadow and sit and wait for me. Lorna, always good to see you here. I love reading your comments. Thank you for joining the stream, and in general, thank you for commenting and just being on the channel. Yeah, for the ones of you guys who joined recently, I will tell you the news. I've been ratted out to KGB by one of my subscribers. He told me himself, one of his relatives works in the KGB. He said that he notified him of me, and then asked to pay close attention to me. Well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do what you're gonna do. All right, she's not here. Let's see if I can call her. If my live stream gets paused, just give me like 20 seconds. I will try to call Natasha real quick because I need a cold drink. I'm gonna drop dead. All right, you know what? I'm gonna leave her a message now that I'm going to the place called. Now we go past robotic station, as far as I remember, right there. Oi. I hope there's no wait line to get inside. Well, with this kind of crowd, doesn't look it would be. It looks fine. Can you guys hear me again? Can you hear me well? Oh, I just lost 10 people on the stream. Something's going on funky. Oh, there they are. There they are. Okay. I knew I'd find them. Я уже не могу, я хочу попить что-нибудь.
А мы уже поели.
Обалдеть. Где?
Но если хочешь, я схожу в один.
К вареничной?
Да, даже вареничный пить.
Ну пойдемте, я посижу там в любом случае. Мне надо еще ответить на вопросы народа.
Ладно, да, видишь, как удобно. Кто ты наш это мониторил?
Что?
Как нас?
Мониторил? Я вас не мониторил. Я только ходил и показывал всем красоты.
It's amazing the big space of VDNKh, and you can find us.
I know, it's... Ладно.
Да, вот я слышал, вот я сейчас как бы,
Okay, this is a side alley. This is actually the park itself with no fountains, nothing like that. That's just, you know, the greenery, trees, lawns. Very quiet here, very peaceful. If we walk this way for 5 minutes, then we will exit the park area and we will enter the garden area. Basically, the botanic garden of VDNKh is a forest, a large forest in the middle of the city. Well, this is not the center of Moscow. It's... Wait a second. А тут QR-код нужен?
Нет. Она как бы открыла. И у тебя телефон, она можешь поделиться.
Okay. They started building this attraction, a Ferris wheel, gigantic Ferris wheel called the Moscow Eye. But it happened before the start of a pandemic and everything's been frozen. And this is one of, well, this is my most favorite restaurant in this place in VDNKh. It's called Varenichная #1. It's, again, still stylized for old Soviet restaurant, old Soviet, you know, place with a lot of Soviet memorabilia and you know, old telephones, old TV sets and things like that. It's cold from very hot, from scorcher to like, you know, 65 degrees, but I like it. Добрый. Да, конечно.
Обрабатываем.
Да, у меня есть своя, я оденусь сейчас. Нас вот втроем будет, будет трое. They're making me wear my mask, which is okay. Ребят, ну я пошел туда, на второй этаж. Чего вы?
Давай.
Все, мы на второй этаж идем.
Обрабатывайте, наденьте масочку, пожалуйста.
Обработайте, да? Раз, обработали. You know, see right here in front of you, all the witnesses. I did my hands. And I'm gonna put my mask on. Here you go. Silk one. It doesn't protect me of anything, but hey, at least it looks good. It's black. Black is always stylish, you know. Oh, there you go. Cold drinks. Oh. Bon Aqua made by Pepsi, Mirinda, 7-Up, Pepsi itself. And we're going to the second floor. Very nice place. I hope I will not lose signal here. That's really too bad. I'm gonna get hit by the copyright warning.
Какой фон тебе по кадру лучше?
Ковер, конечно. А можно потише сделать музыку, попросить вас?
Нет, стандартный звук не
У меня будет копирайт страйк из-за этой музыки. Спасибо, девушка, подождите, сразу... Hang on, guys. Фух. Нет, я хочу заказать.
Она не принимает.
Ну, давайте быстрее официанта. Попить хочу быстрее.
Давай, мы мешать будем, да.
So, you know what? Hang on. You see nice Soviet carpet right next to me, behind me? Right there. Oh, guys, I'm sitting down finally. Thank you so much. This is what I have with me, my driver's license, couple credit cards, and that's it. I finally am going to look through the comments, and I will try to answer the questions. At least some of them. Please bear with me. Oh, yeah, lots of comments. First of all, I see two people that gave me money. Hang on. I would like to thank you again, and thank you personally. Trucker Jim, thank you so much. $5. You're gonna see me drinking your $5 just about now, in a couple minutes. And Matt Yinger, thank you so much too. I'll drink yours 5 too. I'll gulp them down. Okay. For the ones just joining my stream, if anyone is joining, thank you. It's really difficult to walk around, to have so many things, to keep so many things in your head, and actually speak on camera, trying to look halfway decent. It's really, really difficult. And by the second hour, my tongue starts like hurting, so I can't talk straight anymore. Okay, my friends, for the ones who joined recently, I'm doing stream for VDNKh, which is an icon of Moscow, a huge park. Okay, I'm trying to read the comments. Chief Jim, are there social services for the poor or homeless? Yes, the entire Russian government is one social service for poor. Not for the homeless, because there are very few homeless in Russia, but for the poor. Actually, most Russians are poor. And the government is one huge social service. You have some really big buses, very nice looking too. I've told you about, I made a video a couple months ago about the Moscow transportation bus system. There are like, I don't remember, 1,600 or 6,000 buses at the same time, like simultaneously around Moscow. And the system is such excellently designed that you can get from any place in Moscow to another place by bus. Frank F., good morning from Texas. Frank, good afternoon, good evening from Moscow, Russia. Is it humid? James, it's humid, not terribly humid, but it is humid. That's why I was, walking and sweating. I'm trying to scan through comments and read the ones that are in caps. It takes you a week to walk this park. I've been here at least 15 times, and I discover this park every time. I discover something new, like every time I come here. How much to get in? Free of charge. This place is free. Of course, you have to pay for food at food kiosks or stands once you get in, like at this restaurant. And I think you have to pay to get inside of the pavilions to the museums, but this entire park is free. Thank you for enjoying this park for us. Thank you so much for you to enjoy this park with me. Kim J. Well, I will tell you my strategy later. Well, I'm not sure if I can tell it publicly, but you know, trust me, I'm not idling here. I'd be in that fountain. Not prohibited. There is a person, a federal employee, stands by the fountain, and once a kid gets inside, you saw what happened. Get out of the fountain, you know, through a loudspeaker. How much to rent a scooter? I think you rent by minute. I think it's like 20 minutes is like a few dollars, like $3 or something like that. Not expensive. It's very affordable. Cool, it's cool how they play patriotic music in the park. Yes, I like that too. American and Greek, excellent food. I think so too. I love American and Greek food. Thanks, I'm reading the comments after Trucker Jim threw me $5. Yes, you do need a cold drink, maybe a beer. Yes, I'm gonna have 2 orders, 1 mineral, 1 still, and 2 beers. That's how thirsty I am. Наташенька, извините, а позовите этого официанта. Чё они такое там, не идут? Been sitting here and the waiter hasn't showed up. Well, let me tell you, Mammy, it's not as humid in Moscow as it's in Florida. Florida is terrible in the summertime. It's vodka burgers. Yes. The fountain is amazing. Everything in this place is amazing. Now I see a waiter inside, and I think I'm gonna place an order very soon. I'm literally drying up as I'm speaking. Здравствуйте. Давайте я. Улыбнитесь.
Привет передать.
Да, привет передайте.
Привет.
Всем привет. Hello to everyone. 2 воды, 1 с газом, 1 без. Какие есть у вас?
Акварусы. Акварусы.
А еще что-нибудь?
Только акварусы.
1 с газом, 1 без газа. И какое пиво есть?
Вам какое надо? Разливное, да?
Разливное, обычное, лагер.
Есть сибирская корона, еще Леон Браун, темный и светлый.
Обычное, светлое.
Сибирская корона.
И все.
Нет, еще бутылочные есть.
Какое?
Стелла Артуа.
Давайте разливное. 1 сибирская корона, 1 Стелла Артуа. Только побыстрее, очень пить хочется. Спасибо большое. There you go. А потом закажем покушать что-нибудь.
Стелла Артуа безалкогольная, вы знаете, да?
Нет, не знаю. Стелла Артуа есть алкогольная. Мне безалкогольная не надо.
Давайте.
Необычная. Где?
Вот, Стелла Артуа безалкогольная, еще есть корона экстра, это алкогольная.
Слушайте, бад алкогольная?
Да.
Вот бад принесите, да. Стелла Артуа не надо. 1 бат, 1 сибирскую корону и 2 воды. С газом, без газа. Все. Что?
0,2. Вот.
А у вас большой воды нет?
Литр. Литр и 0,2.
А литр сколько стоит?
190.
Принесите литр, 0,2 не надо. 1 просто литр. Okay, we are done with ordering. I'm gonna have water, like I said, and beer. Oh, Mrs. Gray. You also missed $5 for Mrs. Gray. Thank you so much. I'm gonna drink your $5 too. I'm gonna gulp it down. All right, hang on. Trying to read all the questions. If I miss some of your questions, please forgive me. Do Canadians need a visa to get into Russia? Jim, Putin has been saying that after the pandemic is over and Russia is still open for foreigners, then there will be no visas for foreigners. All foreign tourists will be able to come to Russia under certain circumstances for like a couple weeks or for 10 days free with no visa. So let's wait until they open up the country. What a great history lesson. Well, thank you. You're very welcome. Could you be arrested for being in a fountain? Probably no. If I was very rude, if I would start cursing at the security guard, if I would start like throwing a fit, they probably could call cops and cops would arrest me, but they would give me a fine, like nothing major. So being in the fountain is not a huge offense. Yeah, pranked my mom pretty well. By the way, guys, I later in the stream, I might cut off this part right here because answering the questions, because this music I can hear in the background and YouTube could strike me for copyright warning. Hello to your friends from Sarina, Ontario, Canada. I already did that. Hello, Natasha. Thank you guys, she'll be thrilled. Again, scene 5 from Matt Inger and from Mrs. Gray. Hot, humid East Texas, really enjoying this live stream. Thank you, friend. What kind of beer? Matt. I'm gonna have a Russian beer, a draft, and I'm gonna have a bottle of Budweiser, the American kind. The king of beers. Burrito, there you go, that was a burrito. Randall Boatman. Hello, Randall. Hot day for a walk, let me tell you. I'm beat. Between fishing this morning and then walking here for 2 hours under scorching sun. Forget the coffee or the beer. Yes, I'm not drinking coffee. I will take ice drink. А что, ты уходишь? Может, посидишь еще? Сейчас я уже скоро заканчиваю. Так. Ну все, давай, когда мы встретимся?
Слушай, ну вот дом построить теперь, ну...
Ну это не скоро будет.
Нет, хочу, давайте.
Ну давайте.
Мы сейчас не пьем, поэтому, в принципе...
Почему?
Нет,
Вакцина?
ждем.
А, этот праздник?
Да.
Я беременна?